I know you wanted me to take a picture, Monarch, but it happened too quickly for me to take a picture. I couldn't take a picture. Let's not bird on accident. Yeah, that was a little weird. I don't know why I did that. Cause that happened yesterday too. I'm like, what? Oh, strategic F. Hold on. Dude, I hate Windows 11 so much. No, okay, close the entire fucking stupid ass program. Why would I want to open it up like that? Hey. Either bad driver or bad RAM stick. Some driver got updated. But okay, well, how do I get a new driver? Can I call Uber? Bolt? On AM, I love this. Kaczynski Tech Tip says, on AMD from its software thingy. Samsung 2 TB SSDs have a firmware issue. I don't know if that's relevant. Do I have Samsung? It's 2. I do have 2. I like how they say you have 2, and then you click on it, and it's like 1.8, and I'm like, that's not 2. That's 1.8. Why isn't it 2? Stop labeling it with 2 when it's 1.8, you fucking hacking piece of shit. Do I have that? Do I have this? I don't know, it's always done that. And I don't understand. Where can I see what I have? You guys know what I have. Yeah, I have a Samsung 2 TB SSD thing. Yes. Wait till you find about that CPUs are 7 nm. I don't see how that matters. It doesn't matter if it happens once. When it happens again, then you should check what... Okay, well, this is the second time in 2 days. It shouldn't matter. When you get something like this, it should just work. Okay, come on. And the PC is like new. It's brand new. Not brand new. Probably need to call the PC guys to troubleshoot. Don't throw away a 3K PC. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna throw away a 5K PC, but I'll try some shit first. Okay. But I'll ask Monarch to see, but maybe I just need to like do one thing and then I'm fine. Maybe RAM installing went wrong. But if the RAM installing goes wrong, like wrong, then it just doesn't work. I don't think something went wrong. Because then I wouldn't be able to do anything. I know that because it did go wrong. And then it just didn't do anything. I'm using a program called Driver Booster. Yeah, but if I do that, Monarch's gonna come over to my house and slap me in my face. He told me not to download any of those booster program things, because they're all scams and they make everything shitty.
Hey, sorry. Some good news.
So I'm not gonna do that. Ooh, religious fervor for 15 years. Shit. Our microwaves are broken. We don't have a microwave at the restaurant. There is no microwave in the building. There's no microwave. Which I always thought was a little weird, but yeah, he's like, no, I don't. What would I need a microwave for? Of course not. No, really, there's no microwave. Do you want to come check? No, I mean, there isn't. There's no microwave in the building. What can I say? The guy doesn't like microwaves. I was so close to paying off the debt, and then this Serbia thing happened. Persia thing happened. I mean, Serbia, Persia, and it's Orbos and anagram. Microwaves are the best way to melt chocolate, hands down. Yeah, sure. I'm not saying microwaves aren't useful. Look, I don't have anything against microwaves. Like, I have a microwave at home. It's right. It's in my kitchen. Like I use microwaves all the time. I use AMD and DDR5. I have 6400 MHz RAM, but at these speeds I sometimes get buzzed or crash in games. I use 600 MHz with no problem. You should look at RAM first. Okay, but it's definitely a RAM issue then, right? Because it said something like NTOS kernel are not equal. Why are we talking about microwaves? Because Venlo restaurant manager said I didn't need to come in for work because the microwave was broken. And then I said, but we don't have a microwave. What's my population right now? Is there enough food in Arabia? There's no way there wouldn't be enough. You're a waiter, not a cook. You wouldn't know if there's 2 secret microwaves in the back of the kitchen behind all the fake cooking. Listen, I've worked there for 13 years. I know every little fucking rock. That's such a weird way to say that. Do you have many rocks in the restaurant? Send me crash reports, I will tell you what's wrong. How do I do that? $13 years. Yeah, 13 years. I walked in when I was 19 and okay. Let's try and find him in the flatline. Are you sure you don't want to just leave? We have over 30 inflation, so we can, we're eligible now for the button. Also, we can grab this. And now, we can start grabbing aristocratic ideas. Which we definitely want aristocratic ideas. Anyway, we're eligible now for recover from hyperinflation. But we didn't get that. Sucks. Building a marketplace in Muscat isn't a bad idea though, so. Here's how to use the event viewer. Open event viewer, search for event viewer. You know what? I'm gonna just talk to Nomok after the stream, okay? And figure this out. Because as much as I appreciate it, I'm not gonna remember this, and I'm not gonna do it now. So. Did I delete the bad error in this? No. No. How much more should we have from battles now? 27. Jesus. Okay, he's gonna kill my guy. Run away! Wait a minute. It's fine. I wish that would tell me when that ran out. No matter what I do, I still have to deal with... Can't you just walk somewhere? No, no. Okay, fine. We'll just chase him. I'll leave 2 guys behind, and they're gonna try doing a little bit of carpeting. But, I mean... Yeah. Walk. Just keep walking north. I need him to walk into some non-mountain terrain. I can't catch up to him because we have movement speed, so... Eventually... No. This is fine. And comb is dry. Air dry. Yeah, this is good. Sava is also dry. And he runs. And I don't catch him because he's moving into mountains, so we gotta walk around again. It's like trying to catch a mosquito, man. It's freaking... Except it's a very bitey mosquito. It's like a... It's like an African hornet wasp. No. Listen to me. I swear he can see my units. No, don't do this. Okay, burn that. Walk like this. We'll debate him to come over to us. Annex the vassals, maybe? I can't. But I can royal marry them. The only ones I could potentially annex would be, Mushasha? I could start that annexation, but what I really want is to annex Haza. But, I mean, I could start this guy. If he were happy with me. We'll have to improve relations a little bit then. These guys are still on medium. Still have to find his army though. Come on, where are you gonna pop out? Pop out somewhere. Okay, maybe he's not gonna pop out. Okay, there he is. We're going to catch him this time. Okay. No. He can't see this. You can't see this, man. You can't. This is so ridiculous. Okay. No. Come back. Look at me. Look. Look where I am. Yes. Okay. Found them. No, you can't stall events. No. Can't. This war could have ended years ago. Well, no, it couldn't have, because he just keeps walking around willy-nilly, silly Billy up my dick. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah, looks like he is. How's my army so strong? It isn't. I mean, I have a lot of cavalry combat ability. I'm using a lot of cav. And I have a tech advantage on these people. You were gonna do the right thing, and then you change your mind.
Take up the shield, grasp the spear, sharpen the sword's edge. This is a day of destiny.
Rah!
Today, the carrion birds feast, but they will feast upon our enemies, not on good Roman flesh.
Okay. And he's gonna unsiege all of that. Okay. And we grab combs, so now we can go try and get the wargle back. Hey, no guy, listen. I want you to annul your treaty with Persia, because I'm not dealing with this shit again. And give me your money. Thank you. Flu is not a problem. I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. And hopefully we can almost be South Shirvan. Oh no, we can't, and he's gonna kill this. We gotta run. Okay, maybe we send our army home to go and deal with 7 Brazilian rebels we have. Am I going to work today? No, but I do have a dinner to get to. But I'm already fresh and fruity. I came from a different city today. So I can just keep shooting for a bit. Hey! Let's not lose those guys. Alright, and we're gonna deal with our rebels now. And then hopefully this guy will leave and get something done. Like how what? Look at him. He's back up to 34k. Like, where are you finding these people? Oh, by the way, they nerfed the shit out of the levy spam in EU5. That was a big complaint from people. Oh, I also really didn't like the levy spam, because what would happen is you would stack wipe the AI, and then I would specifically try to not stack wipe their levies. So I would try to keep them really small, because then they wouldn't rehire them. So I'd keep them like 64 guys or whatever, and then they wouldn't rehire them. But then one of my subjects would be like, I'm helping! And then they would stack wipe the levies, and then they would instantly rehire like 33,000 units. And they would do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And now if the levies die, it takes upwards of 20 years for them to recover or something. Which is nice, and it should also help the AI. I don't know if 20 years is a bit excessive, but 20 years based on how many you lost Prime Mobile. So if you literally lost all of the guys, and it'll take a while for them to come back. I don't know exactly how any of that feels like. You'd have to test it out before you actually can make a judgment. But listen, you don't use levies after the early game because levies suck. They die and then your dudes die. And sometimes you can use levies in an emergency, but you don't. And you use them at the beginning. What about rebels? When you kill rebels, do you actually kill your pop? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's so. Like, if I would get a rebellion in Muscat and Muscat raises levies, and then I kill those levies, then yeah, I guess the pop dies. I'm really hoping piecing out Shervan's gonna let me get like 100%. Because this is really starting to get to me. Hopefully at the month tick, because he's pretty close to unsieging that shit. Later in the game, can we just use levies for suppression? Are they strong enough to kill rebels? You wouldn't want to do that. Because if you raise levies, then the locations where you raise the levies in lose 20% food production and 20% raw output. Raw good output. You don't want to randomly do the draft if you don't need to, just to do some policing. But yeah, they can be strong enough to deal with your rebel. Sure, why not? But there's not that many rebels in EU5. If you do it right, you can just like, never have a rebel. Well, never is a bit iffy, but whoa. Quickly. Piece this man out. Thank God. And that did absolutely nothing for me war score wise. I'm really hoping we can be fast enough to deal with this guy. This war took so fucking long. And it would have been completely avoidable had I had one fort.
Good luck, Meester Strammer.
Might still be a wipe, but oh, one day. Yeah, well, one day. Hey, up to 71 now. Eight war exhaustion. 8. Okay. I think we'll be fine. Come on. Kill him. Why is invading Persia such a pain in the dick? I mean, I guess it should be, but... Okay. What about different subject type like islet, tributary, pranaya, and many different things? Do we get them in EU5 or do we also need to wait and buy DLC? No, there's tons of different subject types. There's trade companies, there's fiefdoms, there's vassals, there's marches, there's all that. I don't know how many. And what all or any of them do. Well, a fiefdom is different than a vassal because a fiefdom gets integrated at double the speed, but it doesn't join your offensive wars, only your defensive ones. And then I think a march. I think a march is pretty much the same as a march in EU4, sort of. You're gonna lose. You're gonna use a lot more subjects. I know that. Most likely. Who are you allied with? It's a shame I didn't ally him. I would have been a fantastic vassal. Yeah, but now I'm thinking maybe I don't want it. Is vassal feeding still a thing? I hear integrating vassals makes the province integrated straight away. Yeah, it makes it integrated, but it doesn't make it into a core. So then if you don't culture flip it or accept the culture, and you have low control, then it's going to rise up. And then when it does rise up, you lose the integration status. When you reconquer it. But if it were scored, you wouldn't lose the core. And if it was scored, it probably wouldn't rise up anyway, because that means that you tolerate and or accept the culture, or you've flipped it. Alright, now I don't want to core any of this shit myself. I'm just gonna feed it to Mushasha. Now let's try and pay off some of this debt. It's getting worse and worse. And we really need to go deal with that rebellion in Syria. Any bets on release year, this year or next year? No, I'm not gonna bet on that. I have no idea, man. I've heard people say, oh, it's gonna release in 2025, and then I've heard people say they're scrubbing areas where they've said something that alludes to that. I'll tell you what though, the game, I mean, if performance gets good and it stops crashing and AI gets a little better. And I don't know how long some stuff like that usually takes, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it looks good. Does free manpower with your government interaction doesn't work or something? No, that works just fine. And it is ticking down. You have this? I don't know that. Also, I've got 100 army tradition. Let's go get a good leader. When the game gets better, the game will be better. Yeah, such good words. Mr. Clint, are you saying the game is sort of like an uncut diamond at the moment, but it still needs a bit of cutting and polishing? Well, it depends on how much, because I think UI needs upgrades as well. I'm not sure if that's... Is that beyond uncut diamond territory? I don't know. It's more important. See, I don't know. I spent a lot of time looking for buttons. Now I kind of know where they are, so now I don't mind looking for the buttons as much. But yeah, I don't know. I think for a lot of people that'd be like hit or miss, make or break, right? I mean, on the one hand, I hope that they release it really early. Or, not really early, but like in 2025. And then on the other hand, I really don't want another like Imperator scenario where they release something and then people shit on it. You never know what people are gonna say. Like, it's just... Like, I'm really excited about it. But I'm always really, really excited about things. Like, I see buttons in a map and I'm like, giggity. And I make like the buttons. Right? But yeah, I really don't. I really hope there's not going to be like an Imperator scenario where like people have given up on it and then they change it and it becomes better and then it's too late, right? So I don't know. It needs to be good from the get-go. For me, it is, but I'm an addict. Compared to EU4, how much stuff is in EU5? I mean, EU4 has a lot of details after adults. Yeah, but there's so much fucking stuff. There's so much shit. Motherfucker, if you're playing as Greenland, you can have diplomatic... You can have... Greenland, right? You can ask Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and these two guys, because they're Norse culture, you can ask them to invite to come over. You can ask Scandinavian guys to come over. I don't know how much stuff is there, but there's a lot of stuff. For tea? No, to live in Greenland. In the snow. It's not gonna be 100% at launch, we all know. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Siege on the siege? Yeah, I only have one of those though, and there's 2 sieges. Oh wait, actually, I do have 2 of those. Yeah, we don't know. Like, I don't know how it's gonna be. It's gonna be received. What's it gonna be like? I mean, I hope everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, the fucking 9 out of 10. Rah, rah, rah. I think it certainly has that potential, but there's some things like you need to be like, if you have an army selected like this, you have 2 armies, and you need to be able to like this button, for example. This button isn't there yet. We just need to have that button. But that is something that I know that I then really care about. And I know that 99% of people don't give a shit about. Right? I don't know if people don't give a shit about this button, but I use this button a lot. And there are so many buttons and there's so many different ways to like move stuff around. You need to be able to click the hotkey button and then click on something and then be like, you sure you want this to be K? And then be like, yeah, I want this to be K, and then it's good. We need that. We really need that. Plus button. Yeah, we need a plus button. So you have this, and you click on the plus. It builds a unit. But yeah, overall, I mean, I don't know. It was very addictive. And yeah. And I think having, because again, there's so much shit. I don't think they should be focusing on adding more mechanics and shit, because there's tons there's so much. I didn't even look at most of it. I was just looking at trying to understand the basics. And trying to beat up Castile. Trying to form the Netherlands. Our Truth of the Mamluks is over next. And this guy has 0 friends. Yeah, we definitely want to go for him right now. Oh! Oh! We need to integrate these idiots. Completely forgot. This one, most certainly. Yeah. Ariga de Drostamara, thank you so much for 54 months roll. Tip out of you, sir. How do I suck with this how am I a great power? Why am I number 7? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna enforce religion on him. Now he's mad, and I'll make him happy, and we'll start integrating him. Which should only take like 2 seconds, right? Yeah, September. And that will give me time to unsiege this, and then we can go fight QQ. Good. Shire Stateless Society. It happens. What are you gonna do? Okay. I could sell C's. I would have to dev 3 times if I'm gonna do that. Is Kawasim a good place to dev? I guess this yeah, it's Coastal Desert. Okay, let's dev that. Also, I might want to like lower the autonomy in places, because we really need to pass government reforms if we're announced. Very, very important. Okay, good. Brumblebee, thank you so much for 28 months roll. Tip out of 2, sir. I'm iffy on EU5 because it looks more like a sequel to Imperator than to EU4. Yeah, I see what you mean. But the thing is, Imperator's good now. So, do you play Imperator? Well, it's been a while, but. But it has Imperator elements for sure, yeah. But I mean, it also has elements from Vicky, and it has elements from CK. I don't know, man. Some things work. 32% inflation. Yeah, I'm working on it. The thing is, I don't want to bite on my inflation. If it's possible for me to, like, once I get a diet, if you have over 30, you can get a diet thing that says recover from hyperinflation, and then if you make it below 15, you lose 10. But it only cost me 41 admin points to flip it now. I could just get rid of this whenever I want, but I'm not gonna get rid of it now. Okay. Almost paid off the debt too. Very, very nice. Right, retake Baghdad. Build 5 buildings in Riyadh. I don't have 5 buildings available. Once we have the workshop, we'll have 5 buildings. But building the buildings? You think that's better than... Nah, people won't watch Imperator. I don't think. I was thinking about it though. So.
Look to your arms and armor. Now comes the hour when we test Roman courage.
I mean, you are, yeah, you're spending a lot of time building buildings. That's true. You can also stop building buildings. At a certain point, I just kind of stop building buildings. There's certain buildings that I built that I know otherwise wouldn't get built. Like, wow, actually, universities get built too. Sometimes. But, like shit that increases literacy and manpower buildings, you kind of want to make sure they get built. So you build those manual. And I really find it quite cathartic, or cathartic? I don't know. I find it quite appealing to like get a shit to work efficiently. I don't know. Feels good to me. Makes my dick hard. What? Shit. Freudian slip. Anyway. So. I'm not gonna show Richard. I'm gonna... I didn't even act. Richard! Alright. Am I going to win this war without a single loss? Oh, never mind. Not a single loss from battles. Hey, good. We'll farm a little bit more prestige. Sexy. And no one should give a shit. Perfect. That is almost paid back. Now, we will tell you to do that. And we'll get a bunch of admin. I don't care about any of this, but give me more admin points. Okay, and we can go fight meme looks now. And potentially start the annexation of Iraq. Do I really want to annex Iraq? Because none of his land is sand. And I don't think I need to own it. I can just leave him the way he is now. We do definitely need to invade Yemen, but... And we need to make sure that the Mamluks is dead. Baghdad for Arabia, no? Yeah, you're right. Fine. Yeah, I'm gonna move all those guys over there. Get that Hiss and Kaifa core back? Huh. I don't want to end up at war with Dul Qadir though, but... Right, it's gonna happen either way. So either we do it now or we have to do it later. Yeah, fine. We'll do that now then. It's slightly easier. Trade chips. Wait, I have trade chips? When did I get trade chips? Alright, recover from hyperinflation, come on. Godverdomme. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna leave you guys with this for today. We will be back tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow we form the Mamluks, because apparently the Mamluks have another dev cost bonus or something to sand. And so we can get a whole bunch extra sand. And then we can form Arabia. And then... we'll be really strong, and we'll start to get rid of our non-sand land after forming the Mamluks and Arabia, because then I no longer need to keep those specific provinces, which will hopefully allow me to start deving like nuts, and then we can snake towards sand. Where's my simple terrain map mode? So we can snake towards the sand over here, and we can start deving that. And there's also a lot of sand in Tunis. We definitely cannot not have Tunis. Why not form Persia? Persia doesn't have sand in it? I don't think so. Wait, he has hair? Yeah, I've got hair. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow, man. Bye-bye!